So continuing with part 2 of the second pile, the acorn, have still waters, and what you're returning with back from this retreat, where you were looking into your emotional self and wondering about what it is that you require to be fulfilled in relationship with other people, within your own heart, in your own emotions. Whatever it is that you have discovered and whatever it is that you sought, that you're carrying with you into 2020 will be put into use in your relationships, I would say after the first couple of months, and could carry you through for the rest of the year into 2021, which could possibly be your individual personal cycle shift. It doesn't always go by decades according to the Gregorian calendar, of course, and whether it's a 10-year cycle, an 8-year cycle, in accordance with the planet Venus as far as an evolutionary cycle for you, or a shorter cycle with any of the other planets, or a period of time where you've been, really putting the work in as a parent, or in a romantic partnership or marriage, anything. These cycles reveal themselves to us usually when they're closing and beginning again. And 2021 appears to be indicating a lot of success and a lot of completion for you. You can see by the cocoon underneath this being, this very light-looking being, his or her suspended leg, one foot on the ground and the other one about to take a leap forward maybe, or just, groove in a very graceful and elegant dance, the universal dance. Whatever he or she is about to do, he or she is surrounded by this spectral sort of interwoven chain of eternity. And this could be genetic evolution, so a lot of healing that you've done in your own bloodline, within yourself, in your own consciousness, healing that you're doing for the collective because it is the universe. And I believe that many people on Earth now are understanding that our connectivity with other beings, both on this planet and beyond this planet, is coming into an activation in 2020 and moving forward. So what is not revealed to you is what that's going to be, and maybe it won't be revealed to you in 2020. As we see, this is the 21 card. It could be at the end of that particular solar year, or as you move into the next solar year, which would be 2021, that your full activation is realized. So that's something wonderful to look forward to as you work your way, carrying all of this new self-knowledge with you through the coming year. And what surprise is coming to you? So we have the Emperor in reverse, so it's another healing position of another major arcana card. Got 2 out of your 3. So this is a very powerful and evolved masculine energy when it's in the upright. There's some candle wax on this one. You can see that this figure, this being who appears as a mature masculine being with an eagle boot and a scepter which kind of looks like an ankh in his right hand, is also receiving this empowered kind of light activation from above. And it's coming down into what looks like a cube sort of shape, which is, the 4 corners of material reality, the 4 directions, 4 elements. And this is about the evolved high spiritual energy of masculinity, which does not mean male. It is on the spectrum of gender. It is not, masculine and feminine are not polarities. They are many, many, many shades on the spectrum of gender, which exists in our universe. And at the barest level, this is, the electron. And the feminine would be the proton, I believe. Maybe I shouldn't get into physics. But the masculine energy is definitely being healed right now. And as we have just experienced this eclipse on the 25th, 26th of December in the sign of Capricorn, the sun is now in Capricorn. There are several planets in Capricorn, including Pluto, I believe, which is a planet of deep healing. You can see that collectively the masculine consciousness is healing. And many things are coming to the surface, and they're not always comfortable. And these things are present in humans, in both male and female people, and everyone in between, in children, as in the acorn, the boy inside the man, and everywhere that we look in society, societal structures, standards, laws, rules, programs are all being lifted to the surface, and that is what this card is indicating. So there could be some deep healing of your own divine masculine energies and understandings, and we will definitely be feeling it on a societal level as we go through 2020. I think April in particular, the 4th month of our calendar, and this is a 4, is always very powerful because the Emperor is actually ruled by Aries and that time in our solar calendar. And there's a lot of Mars energy that comes into play there as well. But there's usually some great forward leaps at that time, and that's fantastic. Whether you're a man or a woman, male or female, you can expect yourself to feel some shifts in your understanding of masculine energy, which will reflect for you in your external relationships as well as your relationship with yourself. So as your divine masculine heals and you gain confidence in this masculine energy and learn to trust it again, because there have been a lot of very negative programs attached to masculine energy on this planet for quite a while. And as those come to the surface and heal collectively, and we heal our individual relationships with ourselves, with our inner spectrum, and our external relationships with our children, our families, our partners, amazing things can happen. And the healing process can often be challenging. We tend to mirror one another as different sort of places on the spectrum in order to help one another come to full fruition in our becoming, in our healing, in our remembering of our full, divine, sovereign, universal, human energy. So this is extremely positive, and whatever kind of dissonance you may feel as someone experiencing healing of the divine masculine, just know that you're being supported by universal energy with this. The universe beside this card is really imbuing some powerful indications that the cycle's completion is within sight. So hang in there and be gentle with yourself and with the people around you that are doing the same healing as you are. And know that when you look at the world, that good things are coming for all of us. So that's your 2020 clear vision. And let's move on to the next pile. So now we have, oops, it's stuck with candle wax. The obsidian loves the fire, didn't want to come. Sorry, obsidian. There you go, sweetheart. There you go, friend. So for the obsidian egg pile, which I'm using the ancient French tarot for, I'm going to cut the cards for you, whoever chose this pile, and again, I'll cut them randomly and then choose the pile with the correct energy to read from by my own intuitive means. Okay, what is your clear vision coming towards you in 2020? Pile 3, Obsidian. Oh my, very interesting, very interesting. So right away you've got the 20 in the Major Arcana. You have the Queen of Wands in reverse, and you have the King of Wands in reverse. So 2 healing positions for pile number 3. And right off, you've got the 20 for 2020, which is judgment, which means that there is some kind of communication. You can see Archangel Gabriel here with her trumpet saying, wake up, people. It is time to really be real. It's time to receive what's coming to you. It's time to turn on the lights. And it's time to, apologize for what you should apologize for, and receive forgiveness and give forgiveness. And the judgment is here, and it is wanting to be complete and final on some things. So this is divine discernment and divine intervention in some ways, where people have been reticent to be fully awake and aware to certain situations. They will be receiving the wake-up call. And because this is in your reading, you might be one of those people. It could be also people that you're in relationship with. So family members could be awakening, partners could be awakening, soul family, star family could be awakening alongside you. And that's a very positive thing, because it's really important and valuable to have support. And also the divine energy of a higher frequency is coming in to really bless us all. And it might make some of us uncomfortable to understand that the perception of reality on a collective level is really, really changing right now. And there are people able to perceive other dimensions. There are people who are remembering that they're from other dimensions, and they're not just from a singular third dimensional context, and that they have inherited or are reawakening, remembering abilities, skills, identities, which are just as real as the third dimension. So yeah, this is big, and this is the beginning of 2020, and I'm so happy to see this energy arrive in one of the readings that I'm doing today. So it's big, you're part of it, and the role that you're going to play is going to change. We do have 2 cards in the healing position, so the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands, which means that this is a divine partnership reading, and there are 2 partners, one in the feminine, one in the masculine sort of portions of the spectrum, but both containing all. As you can see, they're both garbed in these rainbow, beautiful robes, and even the wand that the Queen of Wands is holding is red at the bottom and blue on top, which is showing that sort of integration of what we perceive as polarity. But she's also showing her connection with the earth, with her brown, chocolatey brown skirt, and her connection with her emotions, with her double strand of pearls, which only the Empress wears, besides the Queen of Wands in this deck. So this is very close to a very high spiritual understanding and attainment. She's in this healing position, which means that there will be a lot of patterns and programs of the divine feminine cleared in this year, in this cycle, in 2020. And that is really going to be part of this judgment that's going on. So we each have to take the opportunity, you who chose pile 3 in particular, to really be fully responsible for your ascension, your spiritual awakening, and your identity as a divine feminine, and what you are creating with the power that you wield. So it could really come into question how you're doing that and what you're using it for, and you're going to have to be honest with yourself, and other people will bring it to your attention too, and divine energies will bring it to your attention. So there could be some downloads that shake you up. There could be, some whirlpools of doubt. There could be some fears that have to be cleared still. And if you've been on the path of awakening for a while, you know what those processes are like. They're not easy, but you have the understanding of, this illusion of polarity now, and you're bringing in the full spectrum awareness as a divine feminine. And a divine feminine is the seeker of this energy, and she is the path breaker and the way shower many times. Whether you're a man or a woman, when the divine feminine energy is active, your spirituality is receiving activation in a new way, usually. That can also be effective in a very yin way. And the Queen of Wands is a very outward, fiery, energetic energy. So this could also be saying this is your time to receive. And your time to really focus on listening and being receptive to the messages that the divine is sending to you through your higher guides and angels and this higher awareness. I feel that the message is very, very similar for the divine masculine in reverse. Let's just show these counterparts together because it's really lovely to see. You can see that they are playing on the same team in a different way than it normally sounds like. So this is really beautiful, and they're looking at one another, they're in contact, they're in one another's awareness. And the King and Queen of Wands are very forward-moving, actively spiritual people. And they're expressive. There's a lot of passion and a lot of love between them that is almost difficult to describe in, the context of the romantic relationships that we've been taught to aspire to. This is beyond romance. This is cosmically empowered. This is Tantra in its highest actualization on Earth. And the Tantric path is, again, only for the courageous. But it's really blessed and beautiful, and to be a Tantric traveler is to be a sovereign free being. So I'm very happy that these energies are present in this third reading, and for anyone that chose it, I wish you much love and many blessings in 2020, because it is clear that you're going to be doing some very intense healing and receiving of downloads of this divine energy. And I hope that you always remain guided and remember that the purging process, which beautiful stones like mahogany obsidian can help us with, and all of the other tools that we have at our disposal and that will be presented to us, especially if we ask for higher guidance and healing from our star families, our soul families, our archangelic alliance, and any other spiritual guides, also the ancestral energies which exist within us, and the beautiful healing guiding energies of the plants, animals, and minerals of the natural matrix of this planet are all available to you. And that's what I'm receiving for you for 2020, pile number 3. So thank you to everyone who listened, and if you listen to all 3 of them, it sounds like it's going to be an amazing year for you. All of them sound really interesting and unique and amazing, just like you are. I wish everyone a happy new year and much love, wisdom, compassion, and peace. Be blessed.